Yeah, we just had a really strong downpour of rain, and it got so windy. I looked out the window here to see if the figs were okay because some of them are really young. Like I've got, and these they're rooted cuttings, so that I planted in March. So they've only been in the ground say 4 months, and they have just grown in these really tall sticks, which is fine that first year. You then in the winter cut them back to like 36 inches, and then they already have a big old fat trunk on them, and you can build your scaffolding off them. But when they get that tall and skinny, I'm always afraid about it in the wind because you get a high wind like that. And I've got, when they get tall and skinny like that, I definitely stake them. The problem is they outgrow my stakes in a hurry. Uh, I extended a cheesy little stake with the old good old duct tape on this thing, and I think if I hadn't done that in this wind, it would have done something because it's really leaning bad right now. And I also had to get this one. That's Italian 258. That's just grown like a weed, and then this is Genovese Narrow AF, which is also grown somewhat like a weed, but I think due to the fact that it's getting a couple of beefy branches down low here, it's kind of taken some of the energy away from its height. It's not nearly as tall as the I-258, but you can see how the wind, look at this Ponta Tressa, I just got pounded by the wind, and now it's all leaned over in spite of, now granted it's a pretty thin stake that I've got this stake to. Um, it's kind of blown over. I'm going to have to do something about that. But guess what? Look over here. Disaster. I don't know if De La Roca is just not quite as bendy as the others. But, I mean, look at Ondata. You can tell, like, there was a strong wind going gust that way. Because look Ondata, it's really bent over that way. I mean, granted, I need to get taller poles. I've got the stake that it's tied up to. It only comes out of the ground maybe 3.5 feet, and yet it's 6 feet tall. This Ondata, and it's just leaning now because the wind. I don't know if it'll straighten back up now or not, but check this out. That's the entire top of my De La Roca that just got blown out of the tree, snapped right off. Look at that. Snapped right off. That sucks. That was my De La Roca. And look at all the branches that were coming off of that thing right there. That's a shame. That's a damn shame. Freaking weather. It rains too damn much, and then you get the wind. I mean, what do you do? I guess grow them in-house under some lights. Otherwise, this is the crap you got to deal with, I guess. This other one, like this Caldilan Bordesatenka, it's older. It's not a first year rooted cutting like De La Roca here that got hammered. Interestingly, it seems more exposed and be able to catch a lot more wind, and yet its branches held up just fine, as did a lot of others. So I don't know. I guess maybe De La Roca. God, that sucks, man. That would make a phenomenal air layer. Look at that. And yet that's the top of my De La Roca that came off. Damn it. I don't like that. Weather damage. I guess these are the things you have to deal with when you grow figs in the great outdoors.